Apple event yesterday means Apple delivery today. Let's have a look. Tipping that's the iPad. Tipping this is the Apple Watch. I've literally just received them, so this is not a review. But let's take a first look at an unboxing, the Apple Watch Series 6. Okay, so what we've got here, 3 boxes. Apple Watch SE, as signified here on the box, just SE is all it says. Apple Watch Series 6 here, and we've gone for the blue aluminium case with a deep navy sport band and an extra a sport loop band. So that'll be an interesting one to play with. Let's have a look inside. Ooh. 2 separate boxes as pretty much normal, but you can already tell a bit too thin for a power adapter in there. So welcome to the future. Welcome to the future. Oh yes. So this little guy, blue aluminium. I like it already. Oh, that's it's understated. It's certainly not as bright as I thought it might be. Yeah, it's quite a deep blue, which is probably a good thing. You don't really want it to stand out too much, do you? But overall, that's a really nice look. Really nice look. Let's put a band on. So in the box, all you get now is the watch itself and the charging cable. So you do still get the charging cable. How on earth would you charge it without that? It's the charging brick that you don't get, because we've all got those lying around and there's nothing special about them when you're talking about Apple Watches. No special power requirements and the like. So you've got your charging brick already. You don't need another one. So deep navy sport. Deep navy as a band color, very, very similar to the aluminium blue. So I think that's probably the choice for people choosing the blue aluminium watch. The deep navy is the closest kind of match, obviously, to the actual watch itself. Look at that, real nice, real nice. So it's time to out with the old, in with the new. Now, just quickly, side by side with the Series 5, little to no difference, basically, except on the back. Now, I'll show you that in more detail, but side by side, they are legit the exact same size. It's really just the sensors on the back here. It'll be very hard to see, but on the Series 6 over here, you can see a whole lot of extra little light sensors, and that's what's doing that blood oxygen level. So let's set it up. I mean, those that are observant would realize it was kind of an oversight for me not to ask for the product red version of the Apple Watch to review. I quite like the product red, and I'm still loving the iPhone SE. So that's a mismatch, but red and blue don't go too bad together. And as I said, it's a very subtle blue. I don't think many people would notice until you got up close that it was actually blue. Setting up Apple Pay. First thing you should do on your phone, Apple Pay. All right, so that's going to take some time now to synchronize. So I've got to synchronize all my apps and different things. So let's have a quick look at the SE. Again, super thin packaging, so you can tell. No charger in here. What sort of boot? Ooh, the sport loop. Very good. And this one, space grey charcoal sport loop. Straight off the bat, simple little thing like this cover on the Apple Watch when you take it out is like a baking paper style thing. Whereas on the Apple Watch Series 6, it was this kind of fabric covering. It's just the little tiny things that they change about each device to let you know where you are on the stratosphere. Stratosphere. This is kind of the original loop because you find a size here, but on the new loop, which I don't have yet, you slide it over your whole wrist while it's kind of done up. There is no undone or done up on these. So this guy here, just going to put it on my other wrist, which feels really weird because I've never worn a watch on this side. Again, looks and seems almost identical. But what's different, and it's interesting, I find, so this is interesting, I've got a Series 5 in the charcoal here and they look identical. Very hard to tell the two apart. I would say that the digital crown on the Series 5 has more of a black dot on it. That's a big deal. But other than that, they look very similar. And on the back, if we look, all of the kind of sensors and things look the same, although there's a slight difference to the way the back looks. But in the end, this is not exactly how you would describe it, but I see the SE, but in the end, kind of, and this is not how you describe it properly, but the SE is kind of like a Series 4. It doesn't have the always-on display, which the Series 5 has. So with the Series 5 out of the lineup, Series 6 becomes the be-all and end-all, and your Series 3 becomes your entry-level $300 product. This is kind of Series 4 features with a bit more grunt. So not an always-on display, doesn't have the ultra-wideband chip of the Series 6, so you can't unlock your BMW 5 Series if you're lucky enough. And it doesn't have the S6 processor. So there's basically a few little downward steps. That always-on display though could be a killer for some people because that is the best feature of the Series 5, and you can now only get that on the Series 6. So it's a kind of interesting proposition right now. You're able to walk into an Apple store, if they're open, or order online an Apple Watch SE or an Apple Watch Series 6. And they are both compelling because you can get the SE in a GPS and 4G model, so you can have cellular connectivity on here, no problem at all. And I'm not sure all those things I mentioned, the screen, the ultra-wideband sensor, the S6 processor, and of course the blood oxygen monitoring are deal breakers for a lot of people. So I actually think the SE will sell very, very well to people who maybe are coming from a original Apple Watch or a Series 3. Maybe this is your upgrade or maybe this is your first one. It's a lot of extra money to go to the Series 6. So an interesting decision that you have to make. But let's get this set up and then we'll have a look at the blood oxygen monitor, see how much problem I've got, and then we'll wrap it up and get ready for a full review at efgm.com. All right, setup's complete. Let's have a look at a few things. Maybe the watch faces and the blood oxygen monitor. There's your new artist watch face. Chronograph. That's appealing, as is the Pro, which is a tachometer. Very similar to your tags and the like. There's your new count up. Fire and water. Whew. GMT, so this is your global traveler watch, not very useful now. Infograph. Ooh. Kaleidoscope. Liquid metal. It's probably easy to do that. Memoji, Meridian. Good old Mickey Mouse. Never minded the Neurals. Pride analog, Pride digital. So the Pride is separate to the Stripes. I actually thought it might be a take on Stripes, time-lapse, Toy Story, typograph, utility. Vapor's not bad, is it? But let's have a look at the Stripes. I reckon that's going to be quite a popular watch face. Let's take that one and then let's open and edit. So then we've got, so options, full screen, circular. We'll take full screen, thanks. What's this? Oh, the size of the stripes. So 2 stripes, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 stripes max. And then the colours. Now every single colour can be changed. It'll take you forever to set that up as you want it. But every single colour can be changed. And then when we swipe across, we can spin it around. I really like that. That's going to be great for footy teams. So I'll be setting up some blue and gold for Parramatta. At the end of the year, some maroon and a touch of white for Queensland, I reckon. And that's, is there any more? Oh, complications, of course. There are no complications for the stripe watch face. So let's just grab here, let's grab the tachometer. Let's grab the tachometer. Let's grab one of those advanced watch faces. Probably the tacho, I reckon. Chronograph Pro, yes please. Ooh, look at that. That's a nice watch face. Very classic. I like it a lot. All right, let's find the blood oxygen monitoring before we go. Okay, what does blood oxygen look like? Nope, not that one. There, I reckon it's that. Okay, to set up the blood oxygen, open the Apple Watch app on your iPhone. Let's do that. So you'll come in here to blood oxygen, and there's some basic settings you put in there. So really simple stuff, but you do need to enable it on the smartphone. All right, everyone, I'm just going to breathe, get some oxygen in my blood. I don't know what this is, but anyway, let's start. I mean, what if it's low? Be awkward first reading, wouldn't it? Here we go. 94%. That's less than the people I've seen on the demonstrations. So probably need to look at that. But it's just a reading, and you get constant readings. You can have readings while you sleep, and the idea there is that you can then make some judgment about what else you might do with your life. All right, so look, that is a very quick first look at the Apple Watch Series 6 and Apple Watch SE. A lot to look at really, and I think the blood oxygen level will be an interesting one to monitor over time. That's the whole point of it. Bottom line, a lot to see, and a very nice new look at the Apple Watch Series 6. No power adapter, frankly the biggest change, and this beautiful colour. I'm a big fan of the blue. More details and a full review coming soon at EFTM.com.